Well, as it stands right now, we've spent millions of dollars on restoring, or renovating, reinvigorating the downtown area, and and we're continuing to talk about spending more millions of dollars on it, as the focus of our community is not only the center of Fort Wayne, but the center of the region, the market. Where does downtown redevelopment stack in your list of priorities?
Well, first of all, I mean, in general, the private sector is going to drive this. They're gonna pick where the best places to put the projects are from their perspective. In other words, where they're going to have the most chance for success, and they're going to pick where they feel like that the customer base is going to be well served and those types of things. Now, having said that, when I talk to people that are younger, some of the things that I've heard is, we want an urban environment. We want a place where we can live and we can walk to our entertainment. We can walk to the grocery store. We can walk or ride a bike real easily from a bike path that goes all over the place.
Hither and yon.
And then, we can even get on the river and kayak or those types of things. So one of the things you always have to do, in my view, is listen to the customers, the people that you're trying to attract, and what is it that's going to attract them. And if you don't have those things, what you know from our experience in the world is people don't buy your product. They don't come, and they won't come. So whatever we do, whatever it is, if this is what we want to have, are people that are starting businesses, growing businesses, and creating more opportunity and jobs and wage growth, then we're going to have to do things that attracts those kinds of people to this city.
The public-private partnership, there's a generation out there in the suburbs that has the same feeling about downtown. It's a dangerous place to go. And most of us see it as a potentially fun place to go. Activities in the ballpark certainly stimulated that. How do you turn around that mindset that going downtown is not the safest place in the city?
Well, generally actions, Jim, speak louder than words. I can tell you that I have 4 kids, 10 and under. We come down here a lot during the summer, and we walk all over this downtown as a family. We even walk up Well Street to go to one of our favorite Mexican restaurants. Then we walk back downtown. And Macy and I have always been surprised that we feel like on the weekend when we're down here with our 4 kids walking around, and it's night and it's getting dark, or it is dark, we kind of own the place. Mm-hmm. There's really not very many people down here, but it's always been extraordinarily safe. We've never felt at one time at risk, and like you said, we enjoy it. We enjoy our city. It's wonderful. There's so many beautiful pieces of architecture down here. There's the baseball games to go to. There's the library, the pizza places that you can frequent. There's just a lot of fun to be had. Not the least of which is Headwaters Park, which is a wonderful park to run around in with your kids. And we've made the mistake too before of not bringing swimsuits and having them decide to go into the splash pad fully clothed. But this is a safe city. It's a wonderful city, and I think as people begin to realize this more and more, we're just going to have increased traffic and more enjoyable times down here.
Do you see, again, closing your eyes, leaning back, envisioning the riverbanks as an asset, and the North River project, which is discussed, which is the old dump over there? Do you see those as an integral part of downtown redevelopment?
Well, intuitively, I would say yes. I mean, when you look at your assets, one of the clear assets that we have is the river system. And, intuitively, I would say that if anything we can do to take advantage of that would be a smart move. Having said that, I still go back to this, Jim. The private sector will drive the bus. And so they're going to be the ones that are looking at, and we do have some private sector organizations looking at development along that corridor. And I think I'm excited to see what they come up with. But they're gonna pick projects that they can make money and make a return on. And if they don't feel like they can do that, then they're probably not gonna do it.
Let's go back to city government and citizens. I think we have about 5 minutes left, as I understand it. Are we citizens paying too much in taxes in Fort Wayne, do you think?
Well, I think that when you look at our balanced budget, and when you look at the tax rate caps that now have been put into place that we've all voted on, it would seem to me that we have a fairly fair system of taxation. You always have to say, well, some people will tell me, Eric, I wish I could pay more taxes. I understand I need to pay taxes to get more services. And then other people will say, I want to pay less taxes. But what we all realize is that there is this balancing act. If you don't pay enough taxes, you begin to have infrastructure suffer, the basic needs are not met, and then people are frustrated. So right now, I would say that our taxation system relative to other states is very fair. I mean, you talk to my friends in Michigan, and they can't believe what I pay in taxes here for the size of home and the cost of home. If I go to Illinois, it's even, I have a friend of mine that owns a house, and I think he said his house is probably worth $140,000. He pays $4,000 in taxes a year on that house. And when I tell him what I pay in taxes, I think he calls me, he says it's criminal that he has to pay that much in taxes. So when you look at our taxes, I think they're probably fair. The real important question for me as the leader of the city, as mayor, would be, do we make sure that we use the money, the proceeds, the revenue efficiently and effectively? And I think any taxpayer that I've talked to says, I don't mind that I pay taxes as long as it's used efficiently and effectively. And I think that's what's going to be important.
Thank you very much, and I think we've probably run close to the end of our time. Mr. Parker nodding over there. So thank you very, very much for speaking to the citizens of Fort Wayne, and I wish you well in May.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.